All right, so today we have, I think, 3 sectionals left, is it? Only 3. So that's exciting. So after this week, only 2 left. So today we are going to, there isn't anybody around to open the door. We're going to run through all the scales, okay? I want you to decide which scale you want to play by yourself. Today I'm going to give you the option, I got it, but it's okay. So I'm going to give you the option of which scale. Next week, I'm going to pick this scale. You'll all play the same scale, okay? It's going to be a hard one. So one of the tricks to success for region auditions is that you have to kind of play your very best when it matters the most. If you've never done a region audition before, what happens is you're given a code number when you check in that morning. So on Saturday, you'll show up, you'll have your assigned window of time, and it'll have like an arrival time. And then when you show up to Flower Mound High School, you'll check in. We'll ask you your name, and they'll give you a sticker. That sticker is going to have a secret code number on it. So it'll be, I think it's usually letters. So it's A through Z, and then it starts over at AB, AC, AD, AE, and then it goes to BA, BB, BC, BD. And those code numbers are how you're referred to in the audition room. Okay, so you'll be in a classroom basically, and there'll be about 20 to 40 other cello players. So there'll be about 20 to 40 other cello players that some might be from Wilson, some might be from other NISD schools, and then there'll be some kids from other schools that you've never seen before, okay? And they're all going to be in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, so there's not going to be any high school kids in the room. They'll all be learning the same excerpts as you, okay? So when you go in the room, the way the room is going to be arranged is that everyone's going to have a seat, okay? Everyone will have a chair, and then I think for the cello room, you get up and move. So, right? Isn't that how you guys did it last year? Okay. So the chairs will actually be facing the back of the classroom. And then on the front of the classroom, or maybe the side, depending on where the doors are, there'll be basically like a tube structure, and it's going to have bed sheets hanging down, or a curtain. Okay. And behind that curtain is 5 judges. So 5 judges, thank you, Bella. 5 judges are going to listen to you play. Okay. And there's going to be a monitor that you'll be able to talk to. And that monitor is actually the connection point between you guys and the panel. Because the panel, they can't really talk to you directly, right? So everything is kind of funneled through the monitor. There's one more. Thanks, Jack. Okay, so, and then once you're in the room, you're just referred to as your code number. So they'll say cello A playing, cello B on deck. So there'll be 2 chairs. One is the playing chair and one is the on-deck chair, and then you'll just kind of rotate in and out of those. So after A is done, they go back to their seat, and then B is playing, and then C is coming up on deck. Okay? So you're in this room for probably an hour and a half, roughly, waiting for everybody to kind of go through. So you can hear other people playing, but you're not really facing them. Okay? But everybody can hear everybody else. So in that hour and a half, you can be sitting, meditating, praying, shadowbowing. You can kind of be doing whatever you want to. If you want to bring a book for when you're done, I believe that you can bring a book, but you can't have any kind of electronic device. Okay, does that make sense? Hey, Anthony, would you mind opening this door, bud? Thank you, sir. So you have to know kind of how you're going to perform when the pressure is on. Okay, the room is going to be filled with people that you mostly don't know. So there are some people that's easier. For some people that's harder. So it just kind of depends. So you have to kind of practice like harnessing that adrenaline. So you can kind of help yourself get ready for that by kind of simulating that same thing. So that means playing for somebody in your house, right? Like having the experience like, all right, everybody stand there. Get the dog, make me nervous, okay? You can also kind of do this to yourself, right? Like, okay, If I don't get this right this time, I'm going to have to play it 12 more times. And you don't want to do that. You want to get it right the first time, right? So you're trying to kind of simulate that, like, oh man, people are looking at me, okay? Playing with somebody on FaceTime is useful. Thank you so much, Jack. And we're going to kind of practice that. Now, we all know what we play like, so it's not exactly the same in this room. The stakes are very low, so you probably don't get that same, like, level of nerves. But any way that you can try to simulate that level of nerves for yourself is going to be useful. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so let's do our scales first, and then we'll play through them all. Actually, we'll play C major, and then anybody that wants to play C major can play C major. And when you play it for everybody else, you're going to play by yourself, okay? You're going to play with the metronome, and you just play it as printed. You're not going to do the one octave that we've been doing before. But while we practice it, we are going to play the one octave. Okay. Get my own scales out here. All right. Which octave is harder in C major, upper or lower? Lower, right? For some of you. If it's upper for you, that's fine too. Okay, so pick your octave. One octave first, just like we do in class, and then you'll play two octave. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and... as printed. Good. Actually, I'm not going to let you choose C major. Sorry about your luck. That one's too easy. Okay? You're going to have to pick C, G, or D. All right? Good. So let's move on to G major. Did I just ruin your day? I'm sorry. Ready? Everybody was like, C major it is. G major, just the top octave probably is the tricky one. Ready? 2, set, and... as printed, and... good. Who wants to play G major? Merritt, you ready? Yeah. Yes, whenever you're ready. All right, let's move on to D major. Lower octave is the hardest one, so that's the one you should play in quarter notes. Ready? 2, set, and go. Sorry. There you go. Ready, as printed, ready, and go. D major. Bella? Sorry, let me pause it. Hang on. Ready? Just one octave. Ready? The top one and go. Good job. All right, so you survived. Nobody burst into tears. So, yay, good job, okay? Excellent. So, if your issue is in G major, right, it's probably going to be the shift. So, the shortcut practice, right, the abbreviated, too long, don't read version is just working on that top octave note, specifically the 4 notes at the top. Just play those 4 notes. D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D. Ready and go. So if you're like, oh, I don't even know if I'm in tune, you can... Well, that doesn't actually work. Never mind. You can drone it with the D, but I don't think that's going to be very useful for you. Ready? Try again. Ready? 2, set, and go. I guess you could play it. Right. Down. To make sure you're in tune. That's the point of that. Okay, so try again one more time. Ready, 2, set, and go. Those are the most important 4 notes. So if you struggled a little bit at the top, that's what you practice over and over on repeat. Okay? If D major is your struggle, okay, or if you have a struggle also on D major, okay, it's the first 4 notes that are going to be the hardest for you. So it's the same notes. D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D. Same that we just played, right? Okay, so play those 4 notes. Go. X2, you're playing 3rd finger, but you're going to replace your 3rd finger with your 2nd finger. Yeah, play D, E, F sharp. No, D. Play D. Get your hand set up. Get your elbow up. Elbow up. There you go. Now E, X2. Extend, extend. So you got a big old space between 1 and 2. And then F sharp. 4th finger. And then G. And then back to F sharp. E. And then D. That's extended position. Yes, and you have hands like a giant. So for you to extend, you're like, oh, this is barely even working. It's still an extension. Okay. Meanwhile, my little stubby Tootsie Roll fingers are like, okay, like extended to the max. Okay, looky. All right, play those notes again, everybody. And go. No 3rd finger. 3rd finger is inactive. Do not play 3rd finger. Ready? Try again on the lower 2 strings in D major. 3rd finger is out for vacation. Ready? Go. That's it. Okay, so that's how you practice that one, okay? All right, for F major, probably it's the top 4 notes, right? Actually, it's probably the top 5 notes. So start with B flat. Sorry, Greg, that was a terrible example of how to play that. Play your B flat. C. D. E. F. There we go. E. D. C. B flat. Ready, set, and go. Again and go. Okay. All right, you got the shortcuts to practice. Okay, the other thing is do not practice this without a metronome. Under any circumstances, for any reason, ever. Have to have a metronome. Playing with the metronome is a big part of your score. Okay? Kids all the time play gorgeous scales, not with the metronome. They do not get very much credit for that because it's not with a metronome. It's got to be with a metronome. Okay? So don't practice it without. Okay? You have it on your Chromebook. If you don't have a metronome, you have it on your phone. You've got metronomes at your disposal. Okay? All right, everybody know how to find a metronome online? Yes, yes, you know how to find a metronome online?
I have a metronome.
Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. Oh, that's right, I forgot your dad plays the cello. Okay, all right, let's take a look at excerpt number 1. Ready? Take a look at the key. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, it's a 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Try again. Yes, fast. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good. Make sure that you're starting, although it's up bow, you're not starting up here in the upper half. You need to start down here. Okay. Lower half. Try again. Ready? Without the metronome. Let's go just a weensy bit slower. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Are you starting? You're starting in the right spot. Start down here and play up bow. Okay, a couple inches up from the grip, but you're gonna go up bow. Okay, just play the first 3 notes. Ready? 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now go on. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, anybody want to try this one? Bella. The shortcut to practicing this one, or probably the best way to do it, is going to be to play the first of every measure, okay, and then play the first and the fourth, right? So on beat 1, and then again on beat 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So can we try that? We're going to do it at tempo. Okay. So we're just playing the first of every measure. A lot of E's. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, set, and go. Softer. Crescendo there. Accent. Good, now you're going to play the first of every group, okay? Makes sense? Ready, go. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now let's try it as printed. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, set, and go. That's it, okay? If you need to do that one slower, you totally can. Totally can. Play it successfully, play it in tune. That's more important than playing it right at 75. Okay, let's go on to red pepper. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. All right. Who wants to try this one? You can go slower. It's good for you. No, you want to try it? Let me pause it. Set in the very beginning. Set. And set. 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 Good. I sense a little finger mumbly. Okay, it's a little mumbly. So when that happens, when it's right, what that means is that you have a coordination problem between your left hand and your right hand. Okay, that means you're doing the right thing, but they're not synced up together. It's like you're watching television and the mouths don't line up with the words. Drives me bonkers. Like I cannot watch it like that. I have to like turn it off, turn it back on. I can't. It drives me crazy. It's all I can think about. Okay, so when that's happening, okay, you can do two things. Number one, slow it down, set. And set, so let's try that first. Ready? Set your bow and set. Until it's clean. Ready? And set. And set. And set. A little faster and. Not that fast. And set. And set. And set. And set. And set. And set. Okay, so if that didn't solve the problem, it looks like it did for most of you. Okay, the next thing to do would be a long, short, short, long, right? That's tricky with the up bow. Okay, but that's the other way to do it. Okay, short, long, and long, short it. Same thing at 49. If your fingers are fumbling around a little bit, that's a great way to do it. Okay, and then. Okay, anybody else want to try this one? Yes, thank you for your. Okay, really, really good job. The more you can play for each other, even if it's somebody else in your orchestra or whatever, and you're on FaceTime and you're like, okay, ready, go. And then you just play your excerpts for each other. Older brothers and sisters. I know we've got a bunch of older brothers and sisters that are around, okay? Play it for your dad. Have him listen to it, a critical audience. Okay, so somebody that knows something, somebody that can make you nervous, whoever's the most intimidating person in your house that you know. If you have a special relationship with a teacher, you can even say, hey, would you mind if I brought my cello and played for you? After school one day, like, is there a time when nobody else is in the room, right? Your teachers would love to hear you play. So if you have that kind of special connection with another teacher, they would love to help you, okay? But the more you put yourself in situations where you're like, oh man, you know, like when your stomach gets all bubbly and your booty gets all tight and clenched, okay? Like, that's what's happening, I'm getting nervous. And like, how am I gonna play when I'm nervous? The more times you play with that adrenaline running through your system, the less of a shock it's going to be, right? Because most of the time, what do? You play too fast, you fumble around, right? You miss dumb things that you don't normally miss, okay? So the more you do that, the better off you'll be, okay? Proud of your work. Good job. Keep at it. We're almost to the end. Almost to the end, all right? Good work, you guys. Thank you so much.